Hello friends, and welcome to the Rare Mob Killdex, your complete guide to all the rare mobs in Rift. This is your host, Dark Hosts. If you would like a copy of the targeting macro that I'm using for Stillmoor, then look no further than the video's description. There you can just copy and paste right into Rift, and it makes finding these rare mobs so much easier, as it targets them right through the environment, targets them right through walls, targets them up high, targets them up low, down low too. Our first rare beast this evening is Azumel, whose terrifying screeches can be heard across Stillmoor in the dark night. Oh yes. And you can usually find Azumel up at the puzzle tower. That is where you will find Azumel. And it is a little bit of a climb to get up here. And if you are a Defiant, then you also have to contend with this being an enemy place. So you're going to have to probably do a little PvPing if you're on a PvP server. If you're on a PvE server, and you probably don't have to worry about it, Azumel's spawn rate isn't too bad. He seems to show up like once or twice a day. So you're going to want to camp out here and check it out, see if you can get a hold of him. You might find that you have a little competition as many people traipse through this area doing the puzzle. So you're going to want to stay here and make sure you tag it first. That's the way you're going to have to do this, because if you're on a popular server, too many people are going to come through here doing the puzzle, and they're going to find Azumel. While you're here, you might do the puzzle yourself and also get the baddie title. Yep, it's bat themed as well. And just for the record, I'm not this terrible of a player. I'm trying to kill these guys very slowly, so you can see them at their maximum, and you can maybe see their abilities and all that good stuff. So yeah, I don't suck that bad. Yeah, I do suck a little bit, but not that bad. And here you can see a very beautiful bird's eye view of Xerath's return. Next up is Bloodbow, who you can find in Blood Grove, of course. And I'm showing you every single rare mob in Stillmoor. I don't believe you need every single one to get the achievement, but I'm showing you all of these mobs. It took a long time to film all these rare mobs. A lot of time, a lot of camping. And you see Bloodbow went down pretty quick. He's not elite. He's really easy to kill. I had to hold back a little bit, so I didn't kill him in like 3 swings. Bloodbow has a very low spawn rate. He seems to show up about once every 3 days or so. And I did some fairly religious camping on these guys, and I would camp several zones at once, you know. So you're going to want to do that as well when you're rare mob hunting. You're going to want to go zone to zone and zone to zone. There'll usually be like 2 or 3 rare mobs up at a time, and it seems to be kind of a pattern. Like when there's 2 or 3 up, the others won't spawn. So you might want to go clean up the area of all the old ones as well. And it seems to force a little bit of a spawning of new ones. And you might have noticed that some of the filming has been done on the alpha server. And let me tell you, having a whole server to yourself doesn't mean finding rare mobs is easy. They are on their own spawn rate. Next we have Khromas, the Eternal. He doesn't know the war's over yet. He is an elite, and you might want to be in some decent gear to take this guy on. You can body pull him away from the other elite that he stands by. And you're going to want to clear the area so you can kind of move him around a little bit. I was also trying to kill this guy a little bit slowly. I'm in all T2 gear right here. And that can, you know, he was going down pretty quick, so I was trying to stretch it out a little bit to make the fight a little more interesting. Khromas seems to be on a medium spawn rate. He shows up about like once every 2 days. So, gotta keep an eye out for him. And he's right in the middle of where everybody does their daily quest for Stillmoor. So, you got all that competition. You're gonna have to camp him as well. Unless you have an entire server to yourself. Then you might have a chance. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna have to sit around. And I'm talking about 2 weeks of camping to get like 3 complete zones, you know, minus 1 mob. It took quite a while to get just 3 zones worth of mobs, so you're looking at a lot of work to get these rare mobs. Next we have the Endless Brood Mother. She's on Death's Approach on the way up. And you have to run around because she's underground. You can sometimes target her underground, you know, with the targeting macro, and you actually can target her underground if you catch her at the right spot. Otherwise, you just run around in circles like a crazy person, and then eventually she'll bare her ugly little head. Once again, she seems to be on a medium to long spawn. I see her about once every 3 days or so. It's about how long it takes for her to show up. And she's right in the middle of all the dailies as well. So there's going to be a lot of competition. You're going to have to sit over here and run around in circles over and over and over until, you know, she eventually shows up. And it will take a while. You're going to be crying by the end of it all. Some of these rare spawns are very, very rare. And I know I'm telling you, like, they're spawning like once every 3 days. There are some that it takes them like a whole week to show up. I'm not even kidding. And it's a little bit ridiculous. I don't know. You know, you can't choose your battles, and you can't choose your achievements. And that's why they're worth getting, you know, because they're hard. And speak of the devil, this experimental war golem, oh man, it takes this guy a lifetime to spawn. I've seen him once, once ever, and I've spent a lot of time at this place at Khromas, really, you know, doing dailies and everything, and I've seen this guy this one time right here, and it took a lot of camping to find him, and he just eventually showed up, and it took a hell of a long time. And he's not elite, he's pretty easy to kill, and he's pretty hard to get a hold of. On top of having a terribly, terribly long spawn rate, he's right smack dab in the middle of one of the busiest daily questing areas. So you're going to have tons of competition here as well. And, you know, people are also doing their achievements, and they're also camping, and if you see somebody there, well, just ask them to group, you know. Don't be a a-hole. Generally, people will be friendly in group, but there are sometimes those people who are just, they won't even speak. They're just complete silent. Next, we got Spineclaw. Yeah, he's not too hard to find. He shows up about once every couple of days. That's when you'll be able to find him. About once every 2 days or so. And you're going to want to camp this guy as well, because he's right in the middle of the Guardian camp right here. Basically, I mean, you can look off the Guardian camp and you can see Spineclaw. And you can run your macro from the camp and target him as well. He's another non-elite, real easy kill. I had to hold back so I didn't kill him too quickly. You have to savor the moment. And he didn't drop too much. Nothing worth calling home about. And I am showing you all of the drops that I get, so you can maybe, you know, check them out. So there are a few drops on some of these rare mobs that you don't see anywhere else. Like you see this robe here. You know, I really haven't seen that around, and I don't know, you might like it. You might like to dye that thing and run around in it. Who knows? But you will find that some of these rares drop very unique items that you won't find anywhere else. At least I, you know, haven't seen them anywhere else. I thought they were pretty unique. I'm a collector of crazy items as well, so my bank is about full now, full of junk. Next we have Taziel. He must be from Afghanistan. He is a werewolf from Afghanistan as well. And you'll find him up at the Briar Cliff area. And he is right in the center of the area. He's just kind of hanging out, walking in circles. He is another non-elite, very easy kill. He is surrounded by a bunch of trash though, so you're going to want to maybe clear out a little bit of an area. I didn't really clear out anything. I just jumped headstrong right into this thing, so you might want to make a plan of attack. But if there's people around, you might want to just jump headstrong into it as well, because it just seems like there's always somebody that just shows up when you're clearing an area out for a rare mob, you know. There's no courtesy. So, you know, you might want to tag it and then like start clearing it out. You can figure out a plan for yourself, I'm sure. He's a really easy kill. Taziel seems to be on a kind of a medium spawn rate. He'll show up about once every 2 days. And as you see, he's just really easy to kill, you know. But he's so close to so much junk that it's just chain pulling everything. And before long, you can have this whole area aggroed. So, you're going to want to be on top of your game a little bit and make sure that you don't accidentally aggro the entire area. But I managed to survive this crap. Thank you, T2 Gear. But yeah, he's another one of those guys you're gonna want to have to camp him out and sit here for a few days and make sure nobody else steals him from you. And, or you know, you can use another strategy and just run through the entire area every once in a while. Next we have Thagrux, the Unclean. Give this man a bath. Or give this Etten a bath, whatever he is. I always thought an Etten was like one of those tree people. I don't know. I may have to look back in my D&D lore. You can find our good buddy Thagrux at Care Colum. Yeah, he's real easy. He's right up inside the very first wall. And he's not elite either. And he's another very, very easy kill. Another thing about Thagrux is he spawns like crazy. Like once every few hours or once every couple of hours. He just seems to always be here every time I come through here. And there was a time I was hunting artifacts here, and he just kept spawning and spawning and spawning at least 4 or 5 times. And I didn't know what the hell was going on, but he just kept showing up. So I kept killing him. But after that day and coming back and like doing this video, it seems like he is on about a 3-hour, 4-hour spawn rate. So he's not too hard to find, and he's not too hard to kill, and you'll find him real easy. And last but not least, Jom Turner. He is another werewolf guy that you'll find in the Edgewood area. And if you've noticed, I've put all the coordinates for all the mobs right at the right corner of your screen here. So it'll make things easy. That's what the point of this video is. It's so you can see the mob, see where they're at, see what they look like, you know, everything, you know. You can experience the kill. It makes things a lot easier. I wish I'd had a Killdex myself. And this has been the first episode of the Killdex. There will be more. I already have 2 more done, and I'm working on all of the rest of the zones. So yeah, I'm gonna have every single zone showing every single rare mob there are, and I think you're gonna like that. And this has been Dark Hostess for the Gamer Down. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thumbs up videos you like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again.